You ready to go?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Bootleg Kev podcast, Bootleg Kev show, special guest in here. He's back, my brother, G Malone.
What's happening, dog?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everything, Glasses?
Man, shit, it's good.
You have the internet by the chokehold at the moment.
I don't know how. I don't know how. I mean, I know how, but I just don't think that's worth nothing.
So I feel like you've become such a prevalent personality over the last couple of years with a lot of your insight on, you know, what's been going on in hip hop. And but I kind of want to like go back to your beginning, like for people who don't kind of understand why you're a thing before people might have found you on Twitter or found you on your podcast or found you on a stream. Obviously, you have a extensive career in the music industry. What year did you initially kind of like, I guess, would you say you kind of started taking the rap shit serious?
2019.
That fuck out of here.
You said serious.
Okay.
Hip hop serious shit.
Okay. What year did you initially
decide I wasn't gonna sell drugs no more and take rap?
Like
2003.
Okay, so 2003.
Yeah. I knew that. I realized that I could make it in rap, in the rap business. I knew I could create a business. Like I knew Suge Knight. You know, I knew that because Suge Knight, Jay Prince, all of these dudes that came from my type of background was successful. Same type of guys. You know what I mean? I knew that I could do it. Like it was already laid out for me.
Right.
So it was a matter of just figuring out how to do it.
So who was kind of your first cosign or somebody who had already kind of made it in hip hop that kind of like put their arm around you and kind of, not necessarily, you don't even got to be somebody who signed you or managed you, just somebody who just gave you
Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre became the first person that I knew in the business that made me think that I would be okay.
Damn. How do you link with Dre? Like what is the moment?
My older brother's the mother of his kids, and Dr. Dre's sister Shamika were best friends.
Okay.
And I was taking music serious. Like I had gave up selling Sherm. Like I kind of conceded that I didn't want to go to prison for it anymore. So
right.
That was it. And when I first got in the business, I wasn't like I was like, oh no, I'm gonna start my own. I was thinking Death Row.
You wanted to start a company.
Rap a Lot, Ruthless. I was thinking that. I was trying to replace the drug spots that I had got away from. Like I was trying to replace a business. That's how.
So, is that before, after you end up putting out White Lightning? Like what is kind of before? Yeah. So, you end up kind of having this run where you were fucking with Black Wall Street kind of
2004, 5, 6.
Right. So that's kind of around like a little after the 300 bars and running there, around the same
before. So this is right before documentary. Right before Certified Gangsters.
Damn. Fast forward. So what ended up was you and Game connecting? Was that just like he had an idea to do this label, to his own version of what 50 was doing?
So they already had it booming.
Yeah.
They was already starting to do their thing in the streets with mixtapes, and they was really much bigger in New York. But Game's brother Face is like a genius.
Yeah,
and you know, people don't talk about Face a lot, but Face is like probably one of the most savviest people I ever met in hip hop.
Yeah, like, back then he was on all the DVDs with Game and everything.
Man,
he was very much
he's a fucking genius, bro. He's like a genius. But I met them through 4 Cent, rest in peace. 4 Bent from Westside Piru. He was the first guy I met from Black Wall Street when that was a thing. So he wanted me to meet Face. And I already knew G-Rod. G-Rod was like the ultimate hustler. You know what I mean? He used to have everything for sale.
I'm gonna fast forward.
And Cedar Blocks is one of those gangs where you know.
Shout out to Black Wall Street.
Well, the guys that got jumped.
Right, the guys who got jumped, right? Right. So if you get jumped in a casino, Tupac must die.
Clean cut, and, you know, pop, and, you know, clean.
Right.
You know, oh, he's a good guy. It's like, bro, this dude is like some shit.
Well, I think we came out of 2024 just being like, oh, Kendrick's a psycho.
Yeah. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. I'm like, Yo, y'all don't know this dude. Like,
He's a fucking psycho.
he's a real.
Yo, I was driving from fucking LA to Phoenix, and I'm by Morongo Casino, and this is fucking right after what was the joint? The I don't know.
Was Euphoria?
No. This is right after the fucking where he crushes the van. The video.
Oh, Family Matters.
Family Matters comes out. So I call Head, and I was like, oh, he don't got nothing. Because the Dave Free shit was when I was like, oh, this guy, he ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
He's just saying shit to say shit. And me and Head were talking. Get off the phone with Head. My Twitter, start getting an alert on Twitter. I'm like, oh, it says this full drop. Kendrick dropped it. Okay. Oh, it's real.
This nigga a maniac.
Bruh.
This nigga a maniac.
Me and Head are on the phone just wild the fuck out. Like, this is crazy.
I was cool, bro. I was like, this shit just took a turn.
One of the craziest nights in hip hop history, but when he did Meet the Grams, it was like the most like.
Fast forward. My bad. I thought I had the clip of just him in the game.
Ability, like to the initial point, is very personal.
Yeah.
And niggas will just be like, yeah, well, you had it coming. So I don't think I would have if I saw Academic, you'd be like, what up? And just
I'd be
keep
a
it
very
moving.
entertaining.
I'm gonna chop it up anyway, fellas.
If you
I'm
were to
trying to
take,
get to the part with him in the game.
it's almost like I always say, I'm a LeBron guy, but to me, if someone says that Jordan's the GOAT, I can't argue with that.
Sure.
And if I was a Jordan guy and someone told me LeBron was the GOAT, I couldn't argue with it.
You probably could.
Hater. Anyway,
I don't know if it's a hater.
Okay, let's not get into the fucking LeBron Jordan. But I think the Kanye My Beautiful Dark,
I had mastered the art of chopping
this motherfucker
video
is
up.
different.
Yeah, he's a phenomenon in itself.
I thought I had the video, fellas. Sorry about that. Where he's talking about actual game relationship. But I run it down for y'all for those who don't know. Game put Kendrick on a video. What's the name of the freaking video? He featured them on an album, right? Called A City. I'm not sure what Game album that was on, but it was a dope song. And Drake and Game also had a relationship. So when Game invited Drake to LA, or they did a video shoot in LA for what song they done, Kendrick was offended by it. So that's why, that's how my understanding, this little tension started to rise up. Because, instead of Game going to Kendrick and saying, look, man, is it cool if I do this, that, and the third? But here's my take on it. Business is business, and it depends on who you have a more deeper relationship with, right? And some people, correct me if I'm wrong, some people will say, look, that's between you guys, I ain't got to do with it. I'm trying to make this happen, this business move. I'm cool with both of you guys. I'm neutral, So was Game, from the little bit of understanding I have and skills, you can correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm missing any type of information, was Game actually wrong in this matter for allowing doing the video with Drake, knowing that Kendrick and Drake had tension going on? That Kendrick felt betrayed and disrespected, although Game has a history of parent coding on people that he is aligned with the 50 situation, goes back to him, saying Jadakiss and Nas and Fat Joe is his homeboys, and 50 didn't like that. Is it a pattern with Game, or was Game wrong in the situation, or was he right? Anybody want to go? Skills Mega.
I think that the Drake thing was the start of it. You know what I mean? And then once they started exchanging records back and forth, the Kendrick had to pop up, the Game declined to go to the pop up. You know what I mean? Because he basically was saying whenever Drake come to town, he want tickets, he give him tickets, X, Y, and Z. So I do think that the game kind of looked crazy. But the game said that if he were to speak on it, you feel me, it wouldn't look that way. So I really don't know. I think that there's truth on both sides. I think that the game probably should have sided with Kendrick, but at the same time, like I'm sure Drake probably paid him for that feature. You feel me? I mean, not paid him for the feature because I'm pretty sure that's Game Song and Drake is the feature. But my point being is that when you have a Drake feature, not that the game needed a Drake feature, you feel me? Because the game was on before Drake, but at the same time, Drake was probably more relevant in the game at the time. So it's like, why would you not want to use that resource? You feel me? But I think the main issue is that that video was shot in Compton, and I think people are saying that Drake dissed Kendrick or subliminally dissed him in the verse on one of, which is that's news to me, but that's what people are saying online. You know what I mean? So I just think that it's unfortunate that the game and Kendrick are not on speaking terms, but I think it's also interesting that YG sided with Kendrick and that the game didn't. You know what I mean? But it is
Yeah,
what it is.
I think that led up to the Super Bowl situation where his name wasn't called, and he's like, I can't get a hold of nobody. Um, Dre basically, blocked my number. Kendrick not answering the phone. So I'm going to side with those who, are answering my call, basically. If the game was aware, that's my opinion. If the game was aware that Drake sneak dissed or dissed Kendrick on an album and didn't tell Drake, you can't put that verse on there or I'm gonna take your verse off, then a lot of fault goes on game, right? But you got to understand the mindset of Chuck because he loves controversy. He comes from an era where controversy sells. It still does. But remember, every G Unit album used to come out, or let's say every 50 album that used to drop. Remember, he had a beef that drew people into buying the album. First it was Ja Rule on Get Rich. And then on The Massacre, it was Jadakiss and the whole of New York. So Game is just a student of the master, where he learned from 50 Cent. Controversy sells, controversy draws album sales, controversy puts my name in the spotlight. So I know it's a very, unethical way of doing things because you ruin the relationships and everybody don't get the game. No pun intended. you know? And some people take that personally, like, yo, I don't care what you're trying to do. I'm just playing Kendrick right now. Kendrick probably said, man, you're solidified, you're the West Coast at this time. There's no need for you to do these antics. You understand what I'm saying? So why are we doing this? Where's your being ethical? Where's your morals at?
Yeah. I think I think it also like you got I don't know what Game and Kendrick's relationship is, but that's like an important part of it. Cause like if they're like friends, then that you gotta evaluate that completely different. Cause like, like if I got a friend and you hang with the ops, I'm gonna feel betrayed or disrespected. You know what I mean? Like I can't trust to know I can't know that if you especially if you know what that person has done to me or how they violated me, and in your mind you to agree, you validate it like, yeah, that ain't right. You know what I mean? And then to to the I don't know if you sharing, I don't know how you feel. You could be sharing private information. I don't know if I could trust you. I don't know if I could say certain things. I don't know how you try, how that person might try to use you to get back to me. You know what I mean? Or because they know our connection, or it's just awkward and uncomfortable. So like, if we friends. Nah, that's a no go. And if you choose the other person over me, That's cool too. That's your prerogative. But I don't want to be friends with nobody that's best friends with my ops. Now, if it's a, if the relationship's purely business, then it don't really matter what Kendrick think. You know what I mean? Because it's about, at the end of the day, it's about getting the clicks and creating spectacle and you know
But,
if it's not doing that, then it don't matter.
but what if he was he was neutral, meaning like he was staying out of it?
Then he don't got nothing Kendrick can't say nothing. That's you could feel how you want, but he never chose a side in the to begin with. So it's like he free to do whatever you want. You might not like it, and that's your choice, Kendrick, to not respond to not want to deal with him or feel slighted. That's ain't nobody telling you that you can't, but you can't be mad at him if he was already neutral and he chooses to do something with Drake or admit not call Drake out on certain things. It's you know what I mean?
I feel you. What you think, guy?
So it's like the second time this year we're hearing about someone upset that the dude not calling back.
Yeah.
So what's up with that part? You know what I mean? That kind of, I don't know. It just seemed like a different era to me.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, do you think Game was wrong for having Drake on a particular song, dissing Kendrick in Compton, knowing that there were tensions between him and a fellow artist from Compton, which is Kendrick Lamar? What do you think about that, man? Should Game have like took the verse off the album? Like recently, when we hearing from Dave East, he took 38 Special verse off the album
Yeah.
because his connection with Jim Jones.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, see, that goes to, we don't know what the background connections are when it comes to a lot of that. Because on the surface, it looked like there should be something, especially, I'm just thinking about that last verse of a Game, you know what I mean? And it looked like that was a big West Coast, you know what I mean? They want to make it like it's like, so you would think that there would be like some type of a push for some type of unity at this time. Because, given the fact that it looked like, for most people would look at it, they say Kendrick is the one that won that between him and Drake.
Yeah.
So, so that was kind of like the West Coast, like, all right, here we go. We on this, come on, y'all, it's our turn to handle this and to run this whole game. But the Game aspect of what the Game is up to, I can also see that he's trying to put his stamp, like get the spotlight back over this side right now, because it's acting like y'all been acting like y'all forgot about me.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of jealousy there. It could be a little bit of jealousy there. Excuse me.
So I see this like an opportunity. This is his opportunity to grab some spotlight, get some buzz going his way, shows, you know what I mean, everything like that. So
what y'all think about him saying he made a statement talking about he's gonna pull the curtain off of TDE, talking about he got dirt on it, and he's willing to expose though. Now I think it's a little deeper than just a phone call.
Right. He better have it. He better have it. Because if it don't,
I just think that the character of the Game, his reputation precedes himself. Like he learned from an artist, which is 50 Cent, who draws attention and sales off of controversy.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not that controversy is going to come back to haunt him, which it did, and almost haunted 50 on the Super Bowl. Because remember, Jay-Z did not want 50 there. The white boy had to make the phone call to the NFL, like, nah, if he doesn't go, if this guy if 50 don't go on stage, if 50 don't go on stage, I'm not going on stage. But Jay-Z, if he had full control, Fifth wouldn't have not been on that stage. Just because of what he'd done in his brand of building controversy, and his law of power is create enemies in order to have success, in order to draw attention. It's better to create enemies than friends. That's a law of power, from my understanding. But that law of power can backfire, detrimental.
Yeah,
So
You can create a bunch of common enemies, and you didn't even
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? So now they all joined up when they probably wouldn't even join before.
Exactly. So this wraps it up, bro. God, where can they find you?
You can just catch me on Instagram for now. Governor's Mansion.
Skills Maker, where can they find you?
These skills has on IG.
And Ty's off the grid. Bizzle in the middle could make it this week. And Jam, if I said that right, he's performing the jam. He's jamming. You feel me?
Right.
This Adam Hill. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. You can find Guess I Said on all platforms except for X. All right, fellas, I enjoyed our little talk this weekend. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Peace.
Peace.
Well,
The volcano from out of Iceland, they come to take over the rap game like the white man. Hiller than Hitler, photobomb at Yahoo, at a bomb missile. Watch me do it like the Pointer Sisters. Slip arsenic in your corn liquor. Two bigger L's than the Aubrey nigga. From Pappy Mason to Pastor Mason, the church was vacant. I'm preaching with Bobby, trapped in the basement. I'm laughing, just imagine the Sleepy Beauty had herpes.